Hey y'all, it's your girl Alex, and I thought I would do something different today. I thought I would do a video giving myself a reading to teach other readers how to read for themselves. I always say to people, you have to be your client, okay? So God, angels, universe, what do you have for me that may also resonate with others? Thank you. I love you, God. Amen. Ooh, Page of Pentacles. So here comes a message. Let's do less cards. Maybe 51515. Okay, that's my number, 555. Judgment. Eight of Wands. Two of Pentacles. Four Swords, that's 5. And Three of Wands. Alexa, these damn devices be listening to us. Okay, so right now, here comes, I can expect an incoming message. It almost feels like somebody has made their mind up about maybe talking to me or sharing information with me. It feels almost like, oh, well, this is why I haven't called, or this is what I've been doing, or this is what I want, and this is this, right? The Eight of Wands in the Judgment card just kind of feels like a lot has been on their minds. They've been getting a lot of revelations. They've been, maturing, and, I just needed this time apart to grow and blah, 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 right? And I can assume that because here's the Four Swords. Four Swords represents taking a break, taking a mental break, or being lackadaisical and lax in their approach. And the Two of Pentacles kind of says to me that they are going to give me a choice or an option, right? Me personally, I could go back and forth, whether or not I want to respond, right? This could be me also kind of, taking some time and giving it some thought and whether or not I want to respond. Not only that, but what's also on my mind could be, well, where do we go from here? Or what happens from here? Okay. My angels are also saying too, well, if I look at this, especially from a career standpoint, I could receive an offer or message from a recruiter or somebody offering me a job. And basically when it comes to judgment, I'm going to have to figure out how it basically fits in with the rest of my lifestyle. This position could be fast-paced, right? It's something that, I may have an option or a choice, right? They could be saying to me half the time in the office, half the time, work half the time in office, work half the time at home. And it could, again, I feel like I may take some time, allow it to marinate. And then the Three of Wands is really, really, really starting to weigh my options as far as how I want to proceed. So that's how I would read that as a career reading. And there's the Knight of Cups with the King of Cups, which King of Cups is Scorpio, sitting there with the Aries card, right? Which is Judgment. A Mars card, which is Aries and Scorpio, the Judgment card. So, ooh, with the Knight of Pentacles, I wondered if I originally thought the Knight of Cups was the Knight of Pentacles, but no. And there's the, look. So 4-4. Oh my goodness. And 8-3. Okay. 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 11 of Wands, breaking down to a 2, choices or options. Okay. So this offer that's coming in, it feels like the intent is to regenerate, restart my heart, kind of get me some emotionally engaged, make me happy, excited, right? In other words, it's going to trigger some sort of emotion out of me, and the emotion is palpable. It'll go out and come back in. King of Cups and Judgment, it makes me feel like whatever the decision is that I have to make, it has to be right for me. It has to be something that it's not going to take me off my throne. Okay. Because King of Cups is Scorpio. I'm Scorpio's sun. Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. This offer to me feels like it has a lot of benefits. It's very romantic in nature, whether again, it's a job, personal, familial, whatever, right? So someone's coming in to make me basically kind of an offer I can't refuse. It kind of feels long-term, or does it, right? Because there's a Four of Pentacles. I think the Four of Pentacles is basically a part of me taking some time out, allowing it to marinate, raking it across the coals, going deep within to figure out again, how is this situation or offer going to satisfy me? Three of Wands and Eight of Wands is paying attention to the signs and looking for the signs and looking for the synchronicities. To an extent, it could also mean look also to God, to the universe, to the ethers for confirmation that, okay, is this a good offer? Now, I said I would just put 5 cards out plus the outcome, but angels are saying to me, pull the top card. There's the return, okay? And there's the Eight of Pentacles. So I would also read that as if I am looking to see for the synchronicities and signs from the universe that says to me, hey, Alex, go ahead and proceed. The bottom 2 cards are basically, working on some sort of joyous return, which kind of says to me, remain in alignment with the universe. If something is presenting itself, the universe is saying to me, at least give it a try, right? At least give it some sort of consideration, right? Don't just kind of fall down on it and procrastinate your way out of it. And if you notice something as I'm giving this reading, I am speaking as though I'm speaking to a client. I'm not in my head talking about, well, what could this mean? I mean, in other words, instead of a lot of readers cannot read themselves because the message is too close emotionally, right? So my method is to push it out and make it more unfamiliar, make it more objective, all the while I'm paying attention to it and will soon apply it. Okay. So I have the Eight of Wands here twice. Eight of Wands. And angels are also saying too, you could do exactly what I'm doing. I'm recording the reading to publish and teach people how to do it. But a lot of you could just record yourself and then go back and watch the reading and take your advice from there. Okay. Especially if you're the type of tarot reader, mystic, whomever, who gives professional public readings to everyone else. If you do that, and if for some reason you record it, angels are saying again, just make yourself your client. Okay. So continuing on with my personal reading with the Eight of Wands here twice, that's a lot of wands. The Eight of Wands, I know, represents motion, movement, motivation, motors, engine, right? It's the momentum of things. Eight of Wands also represents signs and synchronicities from the universe, downloads, information, confirmation as far as what next steps to take. Now, what I also noticed here was that I do have 3 8s. 3 8s break down to a 6, right? 8 times 3 is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. 6s in the tower represent overcoming, right? So it kind of feels like whatever this offer is that's coming in to me is coming in with a solid purpose, Page of Pentacles, right? Real life, 3D promises or, promises or commitments to do the work. I know, and remember, 8 breaking down to a 6, overcoming. So they're coming in with an offer to work on. 3 of Wands, maybe what I'm expecting, maybe what I'm waiting for, maybe what I need, maybe what I want. Almost sound like a Spice Girl. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm looking at the bottom row again because I'm being told to. They're cup, first 3 cups, 6 of cups under the 6 of Wands. So we only have the 4 swords, and I will accept that because the 4 swords is a lower sword, and it is a sword of stability. It's also a sword of procrastination as well. So I kind of feel like maybe whatever this offer is that's coming in, it feels like an offer of worthiness. Offer versus author. Okay. It feels like an offer of worthiness, right? Because I do have like pentacles here, and I do have cups here, right? Matters of the heart, things that are important, especially from an emotional standpoint. I have the 2 of Cups here I can't ignore, and then with the Judgment card I have the family under the angels, right? So that kind of says to me that This is probably more so relating to my romantic life than my professional life, right? And in my romantic life, it could feels like somebody wants to make an offer to connect, right? That's what the Knight of Cups for me is. It's an offer to connect emotionally, followed by the King of Cups, Two of Cups. It's an emotion. It's an offer to connect. Judgment and the Eight of Wands. I feel like whomever this offer is coming from has had some sort of divine angelic intervention that, hey, you need to get it going, right? The Eight of Wands is all those signs and synchronicities, right? It's almost like you want to heal, but you don't want to do the work, right? So the angels are saying to this person, listen, either you stay unhealed or you do the freaking work. But at the end of the day, although I'm a light worker, it is not my business to heal everybody. Okay. Look at that. That's my God card, the Emperor. Power and control, right? Authority. Yeah, it kind of feels like somebody's getting real serious. Very, very, very serious. The angels also said too, although this is a small offer, it's powerful in nature, right? So whatever the offer is, it kind of feels like there's some sort of additive, something added to the offer that feels unrefusable. That's not a word. I'm so sure of it. I'm so sure there's another word, but we're going to go with unrefusable today, right? An offer that I couldn't refuse. And again, we dropped the Eight of Pentacles. So there's Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands. There is a sign here that says, okay, you can watch me, you can hold me to it. If I don't do this, then you could penalize me this way, right? Kind of feels like all right. Kind of feels like somebody is wanting to make good on their word and actions matching up. Ooh, look at that. Page of Cups. King of Cups, Page of Cups. So now I have the King of Cups twice, Eight of Pentacles twice, Eight of Wands twice. So there's a lot of mirroring, which confirms my notion that this was related to a personal relationship of mine versus professional. And there is the Queen, the Empress, right? So, Empress and the Emperor, divine partnerships, right? They're the main divine partnerships, right? The Empress is the Queen of Queens. The Emperor is the King of Kings, okay? So it kind of feels like whomever it is that's coming in to make this offer, they feel like we're a match made in heaven, okay? They feel like I am their perfect half. I am their quote unquote perfect person. Angel said if I wanted to flip that back around to professional, I absolutely could. Remember something, as I'm reading the cards, I'm also plugged in and tuned in with my angels as well, right? But the person who's not sitting here at all is me emotionally, right? You only hear me using I, me, but I'm almost using them like my client is named I, me. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So, you got double Scorpio here. I was dealing with a former Scorpio, right? So there's confirmation there. We got two pages here. These are my favorite two pages, the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles with the Star card. So someone is hoping that I will accept this offer that kind of says, hey, this time around, I'm really going to do what I said. This time around, I'm really serious. This time around, I'm going to do what it takes to take us both there from a commitment standpoint. Because the divine masculine, divine feminine is the kit and caboodle, right? The divine masculine, divine feminine paired together is like, to an extent, not just the ultimate relationship, because I don't give a shit about relationships, but the divine masculine and the divine feminine are the ultimate connection. Okay. Six of Cups. So there's a return. Someone's working on kind of winning back my heart, winning back, access to my heart, perhaps. And at the end of the day, this really could be anybody, right? Because I do have Aries here, Taurus and Libra. I have Scorpio here. I have Virgo here. I have Pisces here. I have Virgo here. I have Aquarius here. And Pisces again, right? So technically this could be anybody. Make time for self-love. So I guess that's me. I don't feel like that's me though. I feel like I'm projecting, as in, you know how they say you can't love anybody until you love yourself first? It kind of feels like, from an angelic standpoint, whomever is making this offer, they needed to take time to learn how to love themselves first. Be proud of yourself. Again, that doesn't resonate with me, so I kind of feel like it could be, again, whomever is making this offer, extending this call, sending a message. Work through your feelings. So now, if I look at all three of these, take time for self-love, be proud of yourself, and work through your feelings. It to me looks like whomever is making this offer could have gone through some sort of deep emotional healing, right? They could have been emotionally weak, emotionally, angels said, inferiority complex. They could have felt inferior to me. They could have felt inferior in general, not just to me. They could have felt small. You see what I'm saying? And again, the communication comes in by page. Okay, the pages in the tarot are communication. But it kind of feels like there is a rock solid offer that's coming in. And as part of this rock solid offer, there are all kinds of confirmations, commitments, promises, agreements that basically says, hey, I'm going to get this shit right this time. Take a breather. Now I feel like this is for me. It's like 1 out of 4 was for me. Take a breather and forgive. That's interesting. And I feel like this energy here is exactly my energy. The 4 swords and the 4 of pentacles. It's like, listen, I'm going to take some time out for me. I'm going to rest. I'm going to get enough sleep. I'm going to, relax. I'm going to rest my mind. I'm going to meditate more. I'm just going to chill. And the 4 of pentacles is like, yo, I'm standing on principle, 10 toes down on principle, right? I'm only making room or holding on to what really, really, really is valuable to me, right? Notice with the 4 of pentacles, look at her with all that hair, cutie patootie, right? But look at all of her stature, what all of her stature is resting on. Her feet, the things that hold her up, coins. Her arms, what is she grasping and embracing? Coin. Above her head, her spirituality, coin. So this is kind of implying that all of my energy, attention, and focus as of late, especially last 4 weeks, are directly related to value and valuable things. The Star card, the angels are saying that's your gift, your abilities, right? Your connection with the ethers and angels and universe and just anything divine and is spirited. Okay? So let me know what y'all think about this. Is this something you think you could do for yourself? I mean, again, as long as you are your client, basically you keep your heart out of the reading, you're golden. Now, if for some reason you do not read for clients, then you're going to have to pick a bestie. I would say prop a teddy bear or an angel, right? I have all these angels around my desk. I would prop an angel on the other side of the reading and I would act like I'm talking to them, like it's their situation, and leave you out of it. But let me know what you think. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Love you. Bye.